In today's lesson, we're going to talk about activity 2.3.1. So as you can see, I have this document open up, and you can see here's my assembly from activity 2.1.3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the Part Studio down here in the bottom left-hand corner. So where it says Part Studio, I'm going to click on Part Studio so I can see my individual parts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see them a little bit better the way I want to. I'm going to actually look at the front view here, and I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. Now over here on the left side, you can see that I have all my parts, my red base, my blue cube, green prism, yellow cylinder, and purple peg. So what I'm going to do is if I open up activity 2.3.1, which is right here, you can see that my red base, I need to make it out of ABS or ABS plastic. So I'm going to come over here on the left side. I'm going to right click on my red base, and it says, the third one down says assign material. I know it's tough to see, but it says assign material. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to bring this window up here so you can see it a little bit better. And where it says, oh, I have no material selected, I'm going to select this down arrow, and everything is in alphabetical order. So I'm going to go down, and there's my ABS. So I'm going to click on that. Now, if you notice, it's going to give me my density right here, which the density of ABS is 0.038. So that's something good to know. You'll need to know that later on in this activity. So I'm going to click the green check mark. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to left click, and I'm going to hold my mouse button down, and I'm going to put a window around just my red base. So it kind of highlights it yellow. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to have to go down here in the very bottom left-hand corner. And there's a little thing that looks like a little bit of tiny scales. So I'm going to click on that right there and select that, and this window will pop open. And in here, you can see that it says mass, volume, surface area. Actually, this mass, from what we learned earlier, is not the true mass. It's actually the weight of the object. Okay, so they messed this one up just like the Olympics and everyone else does. So they messed this one up. So this is actually the weight of the object. So the weight of the object is 0.452. Okay, the volume of the object is 11.902, and the surface area is 40.785. Okay, so I would go back to my chart and I would punch that in, my volume, my surface area, my weight. To get my mass, again, we're going to go up here where it says 32.16. We're going to divide our weight by 32.16. That's our gravity, and that will give us our mass of our object. Now what we need to do is, after we do that, we need to come over here anywhere in this white area and just click, and that will unhighlight that red part. Now I'm going to go over back here to my blue cube. Let's go back to my thing. My blue cube is made out of nickel. So I'm going to back over here my blue cube. I'm going to right click, assign materials, and there's my window right there. I'll hit that little down arrow. I'm going to scroll down, and like I said, everything is in alphabetical order. So here's the S's, P's. Let's see, there is nickel right there, plain nickel. So I'm going to select nickel. And now what I'm going to do is, since I have this view right here, I'm going to highlight my blue box. I'm going to come down here in the bottom right-hand corner, and I'll select it, and it's going to give me my weight, my volume, and my surface area. So I'll get all that down right in my chart and continue. So that is activity 2.3.1. You have to do this for the rest of the remaining parts and a couple of the parts that you did for your pens.